Good everyone, welcome to this video. Today it's part 2 of our community choice series, and today it's the D501. I remember when France first came out, this was one of the first aircraft that I went, wait, what? Because obviously I looked at it, and obviously I had the D510, and I thought, there's no way that an aircraft of this BR can have a 20mm. And then I looked in the tech tree and saw this thing, and I was like, are you kidding me? This thing's going to be awesome. And whilst it wasn't the best aircraft, it was certainly a bloody good one if you got that 20mm on target. Unfortunately, nowadays, the Hispano has obviously been a bit naughty, so we can't exactly do as well as what I used to think. And with the fact that we have obviously the 20mm and two, excuse me, I've got a bit of an hiccup coming on, two 7.5s to back it up, we don't have a lot of ammo, as you can imagine. And well, if you haven't, by the way, if you haven't watched the first part of this, or shall we say, this week's episodes, please do. The poll is on the P26 video. The P26 is actually quite relaxing to fly, and I'm hoping this will be the same. So the D501, to put it simply, is a minor. Well, I say it's a minor upgrade. I mean, to some people it could be a downgrade, depending on how you look at it. But to me, it's a bit of an upgrade compared to the D500. And this was one of the first aircraft that I researched up for France. Obviously, I went with the CR714, which I'm not a huge fan of. Then obviously I went D501. Then I went the F222, which Derp Angel still has fears over. But obviously, it just went from there, and then obviously I fell in love with the Pertez 633. I like stuff like the Pertez 630 and the MS410 series and stuff like that, the VG. And it just went from there, really. And it was just something that I just looked at this aircraft and thought, there's no way this thing's balanced at 1.3. But then I looked at its flight performance and I actually flew it for realsies. And yes, it is limited a bit by its flight performance. And obviously, with us being at 1.3, if we do get up tiered, we're going to fight one of the E1s, which there's no doubt going to be some sad prick flying one. But hopefully there isn't. So let's jump into it. But like I say, you guys are what keeps the series alive. So if you could, well, in fact, no, here's a gamer reference for you. Would you kindly go and vote on the poll on the P26 video? There's a reference for you. If no one gets that, I'll be rather disappointed. Because, well, I obey. Well, you have to obey. There's another hint to the same game, by the way. It is a game, so you can't really, like, moan at me for not doing, like, film references or, like, game references. But that's just how I am. I like to do references and things like that, and just go from there, really. But if no one gets that, I'll answer it. Like, if you want to know the answer, just post in your comment, by the way, what was the reference, and I'll tell you. But anyway, I'll see you all in the first game. Well, it took a bit of time. It took about 7 minutes, give or take. And to think the P shoot was done in like 30 seconds. Well, one thing for certain, I ain't running well, I ain't running stealth in this cannon. I need it to kind of work. You can tell how little I've actually flown this aircraft to spade it because, well, I've still got 6 free repairs on it. I don't even remember the last time I flew this aircraft, because, well, I don't tend to use it because I have the D510, so that gives you an idea. Right, well, let's roll. Icobi's excuse me, H7584, got a couple of bombers. Oh look, talisman that I got and Harry didn't, because he gets the IO4 and shit like that. He also mentioned something about a spaghetti bomber. I think it's the Z1007. I know he's got a couple of SBs left to go, but sorry mate, you're gonna have to do them eventually. Like, I think probably the worst talisman I have left would probably be the Key 10. And in terms of tanks, it's definitely the French tanks, because I have some of the French tanks with talismans on, and I'm gonna shoot myself if I have to fly them. Well, drive them, sorry. But yeah, that's That's going to be interesting when I get around to those fucking French tanks. Like, I'm dreading them. Like, I'm just going to put it at 15 degrees, so it's not climbing very well. That's the thing, with D510, you get wet, and you can climb at 20 to 25 degrees. With this engine, you don't get wet, so unfortunately, we just can't climb as well as the D510. That's why I always say you should get the D510 if you're grinding lower tier France. At the end of the day, if you start out as France, which wouldn't be a bad shout per se, but the fact that you can just grind so easily with the D510 because of how good it is, it just makes it easier on you. But for some reason, if you can't afford, because I think it's like, this thing's like 100 GE, if for some reason you don't have the money to spend 250 GE, you can just plonk it on this, and this will do you fine. Either that, or plonk a talisman on the D371 or D373, and that'll do you just fine as well. Okay, so we've got a low altitude aircraft. Normally I don't tend to engage those sorts of aircraft, but even so. What else have we got to see? We've got Hurricane with the guns on it. Might have to put down a future poll, because I don't remember the last time I used the 40 mils on that. I've used a rocket. Oh, really? A Claude? Oh dear. And yeah, I do now know what the A5M's designation is for, like, I'll report him. If I remember rightly, it's Claude. But seriously, that's a Hajiris. You can tell by the overall paint scheme of it. But mate, why waste such a good plane? I mean, not compared to its competition nowadays, but that's a nice plane to fly, man. What a waste. What an absolute waste. Okay, one of those coming this way, and so is a J1, well, two J1N1s. And they're on comms. Hooray. And here comes another Claude. Great. What is the A15 doing down here? I'm worried about that Claude because, well, I know exactly what those things are going to do in a dogfight. So what I'm going to try and do, and the Hurricane's just crashed, hooray. But so have two enemy planes. I'm going to try and use that A15 as bait. And it's not working. Great. Maybe I can force a head-on, hopefully win it. I defo got a 20 mil in his engine block then. But obviously, it's an A5M. It's going to run rings around me. Now I know I can practically feel Harry breathing down my neck saying, "Boy, why did you not split your gun? You motherfucker. Boy, why did you not split your guns?" And that's another gamer reference for you. Let's just have a quick look at this guy. Really, bruv? Jesus Christ. That's love. Nicking it from a D501. And yet you're in probably one of the best reserve aircraft. That is sad. But that boy is a reference, by the way. Harry probably won't get it, because, well, I don't think he plays anything else other than War Thunder and maybe a few other games. And I know for a fact he hasn't played the series that reference is from, so... Why are these 109s coming over here? That's a B model. Not too worried about him. I'm going to drag them to this MiG-3 and see if he can give us a hand. Right, now that 109 has just changed complete target. Oh, hello. Okay. Got to force a maneuver here. But they've just broken off arguably the better aircraft to engage to try to engage the little guy. Like, that's just sad. That is just sad. Right, the Martin's being bullied into the ground. The team is here, so we've got some support at least. And even though we're lacking in the horsepower department, we still have enough power to throw this thing around. MiG-3 is engaging him. I might get a shot here. Well, trucks coming in, I-16. Okay, I should have a shot here. Yes. Come on. Come on, 20 mil. I saw a spot there. Stop being naughty. Right, down to 7.7s. And there we go. Lovely jubbly. That was a bit of a lag, wasn't it? Not a bad result, and the enemy team is pretty much crumbled at this point. And only 7 minutes in. Jesus Christ. Right, let's crank it back to 90, because, well, it doesn't seem to like any sort of overheating, because, well, it's French. I mean, it retreats at the first sign of trouble, so you could sort of understand that. Tip for attacking those SPGs, always attack from above, because then you can put the shots into the crew compartment and get a much easier kill. With 50 cals, you really don't have to worry, because you can kill them no matter what. J1M1's been engaged. Right, now we're back up to full power, because, well... Right. Well, it was lacking, so... There goes the J1N. Why could I hear... I was going to say, I could hear a 50 and 230s, and I knew it was Russian, so... Just let the MiGs come over to have a play with some ground targets. That was a nice, quick, short battle, wasn't it? Nice and quick. That's always nice. GG indeed. That was quick. Well, we're not going to get anything else, but we got the final blow award at least. Still 2 air, 5 grand and assist, which should have been 3. But hey ho, you can't help kill stealers, can you? Still, not a bad result. Good number of kills, few ground target kills, and we get a kill stealer in an A-15. That is when you know you're desperate. But overall, pretty decent flights for the pair of aircraft. Obviously, as I've reiterated, please do go and vote on the P26 video, because there's a poll in the description for it. And well, I hope to see you all on the next one. Catch you all later.